Hey, before we get in this video, I just want to apologize for the delay on it. I went on a road trip and then got super sick the day after, so the production on this video had to stop. I appreciate y'all waiting, so here's the video. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Big robots are awesome. TDX really loves big robots, and the series of Eradicator bosses proves as much. In this video, we'll be covering the first of the Eradicator series, Mark 1. Why is Eradicator so awesome? Let's find out. Setting the scene. The tower health mechanic. The tower health mechanic is vital to TDX's identity, and Eradicator being the champion boss of the mode that introduces the mechanic means that the TDX team had quite a tall order to fill with Eradicator. That being said, before discussing Eradicator, we will be talking about the first mini-boss of the mode, Predator. Predator introduces the abilities of your towers to die in a pretty simple and basic manner. Predator only has one attack, shooting. He'll shoot his glove at your towers in a pretty basic and predictable attack pattern, allowing for new players to easily bait attacks with Ranger or sell towers that are about to die. Overall, this introduces the mechanic in a pretty simple way that will be later expanded upon by Eradicator. The Eradicator, unlike the Predator, has a complex roster of attacks. Going back to my Plague Doctor video, I believe most attacks can be classified as offensive or defensive. Let's recap what they mean. Offensive attacks are attacks that are deployed to outright attack towers and either kill them or, in Plague Doctor's case, stun them for a long duration. Defensive attacks are attacks that debuff towers or give large amounts of short-term stuns on nearby towers. Let's look at Eradicator's attack roster and see what we got. Attacks. Sword Spin. Eradicator takes its sword and does a 360-degree spin, stunning nearby towers with it. I would classify this as a defensive attack. Sword EMP. Eradicator raises its sword in the air, deploying an EMP that sends a shockwave throughout the map, debuffing all towers in range, as well as removing their ability to use abilities. This is a defensive attack and one of my favorites from a game design standpoint. Rocket Barrage/Burst. This attack comes in two varieties. The Barrage will target 12 random towers, dealing moderate damage to each. This attack isn't too concerning if you have a large amount of towers, as the randomness of the rockets won't be able to outright kill most max towers. The Burst, however, fires 3 rockets at your most expensive tower, which for players at the intermediate level very well could kill it. Both of these attacks are offensive in nature. The second phase, Electronic Rage. This is where Eradicator shines the most. A portion of Eradicator's faceplate gets blown off and he screams, all before going down. All towers on the map are stunned regardless of stun immunity. He then powers back on, healing 10,000 HP and moving even faster. This is such a cool moment the first few times you fight him, as it really sinks in the fact that you're dealing some heavy damage, and you somehow manage to really outdo yourself. You pissed off a colossal death machine whose sole purpose is to obliterate you. To make things even worse for you, this guy gains 2 new attacks. Sword Slam. He throws his sword down onto the track, creating a large shockwave that damages towers that get caught up into it. I would classify this as an offensive attack. Flamethrower. This is largely Eradicator's most iconic attack, and rightfully damn so. He spews flames with the flamethrower that was installed in his mouth. This attack chars your towers and can be quite the problem attack for newer players. That being said, man does it look awesome. This is without a doubt an offensive attack and one of my favorites. My thoughts. Eradicator, for lack of a better word, is peak. He is well designed and thought out as a boss, and is really fun to fight at all stages of the game. Even in Endless mode he is challenging, coming in with a shield and avatars to ravage your defenses. My only criticism with Eradicator is his appearances in later Endless mode, past his first, are lackluster and don't really bring anything new to the table. I really wanted to go into his appearance in this video as well, but I know I run the risk of sounding like a broken record because I say it every time. Big ass robots are cool. That being said, his armor complements his attacks and design very well and is overall very cool to look at. He holds a very important spot in the boss roster and introduces the damage mechanic quite well alongside Predator. I rate Eradicator an amazing 9 out of 10 flamethrowers. Thank y'all for watching, do things you're proud of, goodbye.